Good morning. Today, let us discuss the background of the economic reforms that were introduced by Indian economy in 1991 and under which conditions India was compelled to bring a structural change of the economy in 1990s. In the previous chapter, already we have studied the various steps taken up by Indian government after independence to strengthen the economy. After 40 years of planned development, India became self-sufficient in the field of food grains production and was able to achieve a sound industrial base by diversifying the industrial sector. At the same time, there was also growth in savings of the economy. During the years over this 40 years of a planned period, the variety of rules and laws which were aimed at controlling and regulating the economy became so rigid that ended up in hampering the very process of growth and development. Ultimately, in 1991, India met with an economic crisis relating to balance of payment crisis, huge external debt, sharp decline in foreign exchange reserves, and rising prices of essential goods. Now let us discuss the causes behind such economic crisis with which Indian economy was confronted with in 1991. The basic cause was inefficient management of the Indian economy in the 1980s. That inefficient management was in the form of generation of very less fund through taxation, income from the public sector enterprises, etc. At the same time, public expenditure to meet the various challenges such as poverty, unemployment, population explosion, defense was very high. So, combining both of these, that means less funds generation and higher public expenditure, led to huge budgetary deficit for the government, and hence government had to finance the deficit through borrowing both from internal as well as external sector. Sometimes the foreign exchange which was borrowed from other countries was also used for consumption purpose. As no effort was made to reduce such profligate spendings and increase the income of the government during the late 1980s, the situation got so aggravated that meeting the expenditure through borrowings became unsustainable and India was not in a condition even to pay back the interest that was needed to be paid to the international lenders. Also, none of the countries or the international financial institutions were willing to lend to India. Finally, India approached the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund for financial help and received a loan of $7 billion to manage the financial crisis with the precondition to liberalize the stringent rules, open up the economy even to the private sector, reduce the role of government to some of the major areas, and remove various unnecessary trade restrictions. And finally, owing to the conditions of World Bank and International Monetary Fund, India announced the new economic policy in the year 1991. The new economic policy that was introduced by India in 1991 can be broadly classified under two heads. Number one, the stabilization measures, which are the short-term measures, and the second one is structural reform measures, which are long-term measures. The stabilization measures basically had the objective to control inflation and to build up foreign exchange reserve which can meet the balance of payment deficit. And the structural reform measure had the objectives to improve the efficiency of the economy, to increase the international competitiveness of the economy by opening of the economy, by liberalizing various rules and regulation, and giving those activities to the private sector which private sector can do in an efficient manner. So, the new economic policy of 1991 that government initiated had so many policies which can be broadly brought under three heads: liberalization, privatization, and globalization. The details of each of these policies, which are in short known as LPG, we will discuss in our next class. Thank you.